Well, good Wednesday evening, everyone. Todd Warren here on Facebook Live tonight, as well as streaming on the weather page of our website, ktalnews.com. On a little bit earlier than usual tonight because we do have some storms which are approaching the northwest edge of the area. One of those storms does include a tornado warning in northern Lamar County. So I figured I would jump on here, give you a quick update, probably not going to be as long as usual, and then get ready for this to move into maybe Red River County and eventually southeastern McCurtain County could be in line, maybe northwestern Bowie County. It is moving fairly slowly, and I'll give you a closer look at this coming up in just a bit. I'm going to go through the timing of these storms as we go through the evening hours this evening, and then show you what could be on the way tomorrow with the afternoon run of the HRRR. The morning run and the afternoon run did have some very strong winds with potential thunderstorms that could move into the area late tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. I'll show you that as well. In lieu of comments or the hellos that we normally do, to save some time, I'm going to get right into it and show you what we have ongoing right now. You can see the line of storms, which took a while to develop, and it finally did begin to develop between 6 and 7 this evening. We did see these cells were together at one point. They split apart. This one is going to miss McCurtain County, but we do have this cell here, which is rotating. Let me pause this and take a look at the velocity scan out of Shreveport, and you can see the very clear rotation indicated right here, right along the Red River there. It is going to move towards the east at around 20 miles per hour, and at that pace we'll see this potential tornado move very close to Woodland at around between 8:35 and 8:40. Manchester, if it holds together long enough, could move into that part of Red River County about 8:59. And again, this is a big stretch. You can see it is a long ways away from crossing 259, 10 o'clock, and then moving into the southeastern sections of McCurtain County. Now, we also could see a little bit of a turn. This has been turning ever so slowly, so we could take a course a little bit further to the south. But again, the main location here in northwestern McCurtain County, probably moving into that part of the area between 8:45 and 9 p.m. This evening as far as the estimated arrival time of this potential tornado. It also does pack a lot of hail and big hail. Let's click on some of these severe weather indicators. You can see it's showing right now golf ball sized hail, and at one point it was a bit bigger. So we're going to see some large hail. Also damaging winds of probably at least 70 miles per hour will be possible, in addition to that part of the storm which is spinning right now, again right along the Red River. So that's the strongest storm. We have more storms down to the south of there. Let's show you these. You can see these developing here. These have not shown any signs of rotation. Again, let me switch over to the Fort Worth radar very quickly. And you can see the storms in Dallas right now extending up towards Greenville. These we will have to watch, but they are moving also relatively slowly, at best 20 miles per hour. So at that pace, I kind of show you how long it's going to take. We'll just go to the leading edge here. If they were to continue to move to the east, we're looking at 11 o'clock before they make it into Mount Pleasant. The storms in Dallas, obviously, we're talking, after midnight, and probably we'll see them a bit weaker by the time they get to that point. So that's what we have on the radar right now. The main concern is going to be the storm that is now north of Paris. Does have a tornado warning that expires at 8 o'clock here in the next 12 minutes. Probably we'll see another one issued since there really has not been still a good hook there, and still got some rotation, so it's quite possible we'll see this extended, and eventually one will come out for northern Red River County if the trends continue. So let's pause this and let me move ahead here and show you what is happening here as I switch over to the graphics here, and I'm going to move ahead and show you the HRRR model. Again, this is the very latest run of this model, which again, the trend has been slower and slower and later as far as the arrival times. During the evening newscast, I showed this line moving into Texarkana between 8 and 9 o'clock with the afternoon run of the HRRR. You can see here we are 10 o'clock and it is still north of Interstate 30 and not even to DeKalb yet. So again, it's going to be a bit slower. You can see probably between 11 and 12 in Texarkana, moves to Magnolia, Jefferson to Longview, Tyler line at 1 a.m. And by that time, probably 10, 11, 12 o'clock, we should start to see the weakening begin to accelerate. And you can see that trend ongoing as we get past midnight. Those storms will quickly fall apart as they approach the eastern edge of the area. So again, within this part of the Arklatex, the main concern is going to be locations. Basically here is where that risk is going to be highest, pretty much in that enhanced risk area. That if you've seen the SPC outlook for today, that's where the basically numbers of reports will probably be at their highest here in southwest Arkansas, northeast Texas, and southeast Oklahoma. Wind and hail probably going to be the most widespread reports, but we do have that one rotating storm, which hopefully will begin to weaken somewhat now that we're approaching sunset. All right, so let me clear this off and talk about tomorrow's. Actually, we'll take you into tomorrow here with the HRRR, and you can see as we go into the morning hours, probably we'll see a little bit of sunshine, I think, tomorrow during the morning and in the afternoon. And then that sunshine heats us up close to 90. More storms develop over towards Dallas in the afternoon, and they will move east along I-20. Last several runs of the HRRR have been showing that possible scenario. You can see the enhanced risk basically right across the middle of the Arklatex. So let me show you the basically what we could be looking at with tomorrow's storms. Again, tonight we could be looking at some golf balls, but most of the hail probably a little bit smaller. Could have some wind gusts this evening in excess of 70. Tomorrow we could have gusts in excess of 80. Up to golf ball sized hail, and again tomorrow a few tornadoes will be possible, along with the potential for heavy rain. So again, this is the HRRR model, which again, this is the afternoon run, and you can see how much faster it is, okay, compared to what I showed you with runs, the latest run that has come in since. But this is the only one that I have thus far that goes out far enough to see the activity tomorrow. The 0Z run is starting to come in now. I will be able to show that probably in the second half hour of the Fox 33 9 o'clock newscast, and definitely at 10. But you can see at 5 o'clock the line moves out of Dallas and starts to make that trek into East Texas. And by 8 to 9 o'clock we'll see it cross the border into northwest Louisiana. And notice the intensity of these cells. The runs of the HRRR showing gusts in excess of 80 possible. Does that mean it's definitely going to happen? Not necessarily, no. But it raises red flags that it is a possibility that we should be prepared for. And then we'll see this activity quickly move out of the area, probably between 10 and 11 if this is correct as far as the timing, and then we'll be pretty much done. You can see the decrease in clouds, which will likely take place as we go into Friday. As far as rotation potential, this is from Futurecast, and you can see the swaths that it's showing. This is this evening, doesn't show a whole lot north, and then you can see the couple of waves here that Futurecast is indicating. Again, take these swaths, the location with a grain of salt. Just notice that it is in that enhanced risk area. So somewhere in this area, we will have that opportunity for the rotating storm tomorrow. So again, tornadoes will be possible. As you get north of the Arkansas-Louisiana line, that risk does go down based on the current model information. As far as rainfall, this is what we're looking at across the region. Again, where the storms are strongest tonight, 1 inch to over 2 inches, and again some spots of 1 to over 2 inches possible tomorrow with the storms that move across the middle of the Arklatex. Not expecting any widespread issues with flooding, although if we get two sets of these strong storms that move over the same spot, that second round could be a bit dicey, but it's not looking doubtful that that will actually happen. Tonight's will be further north, tomorrow further south in East Texas and northwest Louisiana. All right, so that's pretty much what I have for you with this particular go around. Let me move back over to the radar and try to answer any questions, and we'll take another peek of this storm here in Lamar County. And this is basically the Shreveport's rotation. It looks like the rotation not as distinct as it was earlier. Switch over to the the Fort Smith radar, maybe something right about in there. A shear there, don't see anything there. I'm just clicking at the various products. Let me go to the Fort Worth radar and take a look at that. It does look like the rotation not as distinct or as strong as it was earlier. So we'll see if that watch gets it, or that warning gets extended, the tornado warning that is. But this is going to be a cell that's worth watching as it moves out of Lamar County and into northern Red River County and eventually southern McCurtain County. And again, it is moving. I'll put it in the motion here during the past hour. You can see it is moving pretty much due east. We could see a little bit of a turn towards the east-southeast eventually, but so far that is not, there are no signs that that is actually happening. And again, we do have the storms back closer to Dallas that we'll have to watch for areas here, Mount Pleasant, perhaps Longview. This area will be impacted by those, but they are several hours away from moving into that particular part of the Arklatex. So I'm going to zoom this out and a quick look at some of the questions that you may have here. Don't see anything. That's good. Hello there, Katie, ZOU. Let's see. Nico, again, it's going to be later in Texarkana. Given the trend, they definitely will be weaker than they are now, but severe is still possible in Texarkana. I've probably already answered your question on timing. Same for you, Janice. They definitely will be quite a bit weaker by the time they get to Prescott. Drew, if you're talking about the models, again, you got to take the exact location with a grain of salt in those. I tend to look at general areas and general time frames is how I view those. Let's see. Andy, I do think they will. It may be slow to occur, but I think the sign that it's a good sign that this rotation in Lamar County is showing some signs of weakening, as again the sun is going down. The ACRRR does hold them close to severe limits, probably 10, 11 o'clock. It doesn't look like they'll get to Texarkana until 11 o'clock midnight, and definitely will be weaker once we move past midnight. So we will see a slow weakening trend that will accelerate once we get closer to the midnight hour. So, and Carol, I've pretty much answered. Again, in your location, I can only talk about possibilities. 70 mile per hour gusts, quarter to ping pong ball sized hail. I think we've probably seen the biggest hail that we're going to see from these. That size, given the fact that we're past sunset, probably will go down somewhat. But quarters to maybe ping pongs possible, and again gusts up to 70. And that 70 will lower too as we get closer to 10, 11, 12 o'clock. Brad Gillum, if you're talking Arkansas, that is again several hours away. I'm going to go just kind of. I'm going to pause this, and so let's say this is moving east. You can see it's 11 o'clock. It's moving that slowly, and you can see Texarkana. If this were to fill in, all right, let's just do this. You're talking after midnight, and so probably midnight-ish, maybe a little bit later in Texarkana. And definitely later for Shreveport. The latest HR doesn't really show up making it to Shreveport, so there you go. Glenda Pleasant Hill, you are, let's see if I can get you to pop on. I got to get rid of all my arrows. They're getting annoying. Let's see, where are you? All right, so yeah, you are on the path of that. So I'm just going to go to the beginning of the heavy stuff. So it looks like a little after 10. And probably we'll see this weaker than it is now. You can see that the Weather Service in Fort Worth did extend the tornado warning to 8:30. So we still have a little bit of rotation associated with this. Take a look at the velocity. You can see right in here we do still have some rotation. Take a look at the shear product. Nothing that far away from the radars. This is in no man's land as far as radar is concerned. So again, this has been extended, and wouldn't be shocked to see one eventually for northern Red River and maybe southern southern McCurtain County. So answer Pleasant Hill about 10 o'clock. Well, it is 8 o'clock. That was my goal, to get off here by 8 o'clock so I can get everything ready for the need of a cut-in, since this is getting closer to Red River County. So just a quick summary. Again, we'll continue to watch these storms. This is going to be the biggest troublemaker, with rather large hail right now, likely producing ping pongs as far as the hail size, which has gone down some, which is a good sign. Still has the potential of producing a tornado. No reports yet of an official confirmation on this. So this is still a possible tornado indicated here, which will eventually move into northern Red River County. And then we'll have to watch these storms further to the southwest, which will impact parts of northeast Texas. If you live north of US Highway 70, unless we see some new development here, you may be spared. I will say that. Because you can see the break here. This is moving more northeast, this is moving more east, this is moving east. So it's quite possible areas north of US 70, from Dirks to Broken Bow and northern McCurtain County, you could see the worst move to yourself. Can't promise it, but that's what it's looking like based on the current radar information. So that will do it for me tonight, folks, for this quick live update. I will continue. I do have the article on the webpage. Just look for Tornado Watch until 10 p.m. I've been posting radar images with updates there. It's a lot easier to do. I could do it in a matter of seconds. So if you scroll down below the article, you'll see the updates that I've been posting, and I'll continue to do that during the evening newscasts, unless obviously I'm on the air, then I can't do two things at once. But nevertheless, that's where you can turn for more frequent information. And if these are still going after the 10 o'clock newscast, of course, I will give you a quick update then, if necessary. So again, thanks for tuning in. I'll probably talk to you again tomorrow with more severe weather on the way. Until then, have a safe night. Good night.